Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I'm Deanna.
I'm Jocelyn.
This is my assistant Jocelyn, and we're here to talk to you about the July kit for our group, which is the Facebook group called Rug Hooking and Rug Hooking and Punch Needle Club of New England. And if you are not New England, it doesn't matter because we're not really a regional group anymore. We've been growing. So we have our new kit coming out. Do you want to show a preview of our kit? This is July. So this is our Patriotic kit. Yep. There you go. And it's called Still There. It's a flag reference, and it is a patriotic kit this month. So what we've got going on, we wanted to do something that was for the 4th of July, that was not fireworks because of all of the people who are blowing off their fingers across the country right now, setting off illegal fireworks. We didn't want to reference that sort of negative current thing. And it is an election year, but we did not want to get political. So we did a variation on that, more like a Bremen's Minstrels stacked animal thing. And the elephant is holding a flag and the donkey is holding a flag. And we've got some hand-dyed tie-dye colors in the background that match my assistant perfectly. If you can see that, the background is the red and the blue, just like her dress, and a bright red border with the text that our flag was still there. So this is a coming together sort of sentiment on this month's kit. I made it kind of bright colors, like we were thinking about doing like a Lily Pulitzer type green and pink swag, but in the end, here, you can hold this, you can sit back down. I stuck with the red and the blue, but just did pink and light blue, and these are hand dyed. Just about everything on this kit is hand dyed. Let's see, I've also got the drawing for it here. So the berry bush just got us. We sat on the berry bush, but yeah, we've got the kind of stacked animals motif going on here, and then a flag in both of their. Well, the donkey's got it in his muzzle, and the elephant has it in its trunk. To show like same country, same team, same side, togetherness, sort of a sentiment. And this is a hand-dyed blue and white tie-dye on the bottom, a hand-dyed red and blue in the middle,
Just like
and then these are hand-dyed too, the huge swag above. Yeah, it's really close. And then the flag is a little different. It's kind of in a rose and a yellow with two different color blues. So they're like, one is older, one is newer. I think it's a really good design this month. What do you think, Joss?
Yeah, even the fly likes it. A fly flew on.
Oh, did even the fly liked it?
Yeah,
Well, it's got to be good when you know flies are landing and berries on your work. You know that you have risen to the top for sure. But I love this design, and the donkey has like a little ring around his eye to show he's a donkey. So I usually talk about in these videos the parts of the video that are the parts of the piece for beginners, at least, that will be a little tricky, and the order I did things in. So in this case, I started it by outlining the elephant and the donkey and filling those in for the most part. I outlined the swag and the lines of the swag, and then I filled in the background next. I filled in the red and blue background, and I filled in the blue and white background, filled in the animals, and then I filled in the banner behind them. I last did the border, and I did it by hooking the words first, and then putting this bright orangey red behind it to pop. It's kind of a blue-gray, the word, so the exact opposite on the color wheel, and popped it with that. I realized while I was hooking that at the bottom, my text, hold it up a little bit higher, babe, flag is not exactly centered. So on your pattern, it will be centered, right? I was winging it. We were playing it all by ear and trying to get this one out a little bit early, just because if I can mail it to you a couple of days early, you might actually be able to work on it on the 4th of July, which is a weekend this year. So it's always fun to work on the piece around the holiday that you make the piece for, right?
Yeah.
So this is not a difficult piece. Like with all text pieces, it is good advice if you want, and if you have the time. I didn't in this case, but I could have first hooked the letters using scrap wool strips, even a little bit bigger than a 5, because this kit is entirely a 5. I would have maybe hooked them in a bit of a thicker one, like a 6 or even an 8, hooked the red around it, then pulled it out and rehooked it with this gray strip, so it was perfectly pristine. It's up to you whether you want to do that, but if you struggle with letters, it's always a good idea to put them in with scrap wool as a placeholder, pull it out and put it back in once the background is in place, and you know it will be perfect. The letters are quite crisp here. They came out, I think, pretty good. So you think we should say anything else about that? This is not a hard pattern. It's in a 5, which is smaller, comes on monk's cloth. It's 10 by 10. It's $45 free shipping. I'm not going to do an unlimited number of them because this is all hand dyed, so I've already got the wool for it. But I'm hoping it's a popular one because I think it's a happy, primitive scene. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to add anything to all that?
Remember, whenever you hook, you can use whatever colors you want.
You can. You don't have to stick with my colors. If you'd rather change the flag to other colors that are more your colors or something that's meaningful for you or your family, of course you can always swap those out and save your worms or noodles or whatever you call them for another project, a scrap project in the future.
Yeah. If you want it to be exact, we might sell some of the dyed wool.
Yeah, of course, with all of my kits, if you feel like you are running out of a color, these are all beginner's kits, and sometimes there's a tendency to pack a lot when you're just starting out. If that happens to you and there isn't enough wool in the kit, always send me a message and I will, at my expense, send you some more noodles to complete it, because these are hand dyed. With the exception of the gray and the tan, everything here I think is hand dyed. So I have more. So we could make that work. That's a real good point.
Yeah.
You think I got it? Do you think I nailed it? It's about to rain and we're a little bit nervous.
Yeah, because we don't want our phone to break.
We don't want the phone to break. We've got enough problems without that. Do you want to hold this up one more time and then you want to talk about something?
This is your final look.
There you go with the final look. Nice, huh? I love this pattern. I have to say, Joss, this reminds me of, you haven't been to the parade at Bristol yet, the first 4th of July parade in the country. Like most towns that host a 4th of July parade, the line down the center of the street is red, white, and blue. It just reminds me of this. I think it's patriotic without being political. So I hope it's a winner this month. I hope you're pleased for the people that always get the kits. Now, did you have any other announcements that you would like to give?
Yeah.
So Joss is working on her crab pattern, also for our channel and our group. You can just hold it in your hands.
You can hear like the lightning about to pour.
Yeah, when there's no fireworks going off, there's rain. So Joss found this beautiful bird's nest in the yard.
Our cat probably killed the bird, but this fell out. It even used trash from our...
Maybe the cat killed
Yard.
the bird, but also it looks like the bird's nest was empty, no eggs. I think the bird might have literally flown the nest. It might have been the blue jay that was making his way that actually survived. So we have no reason to actually think that the bird killed anything. But it was very exciting to find
bird
this.
killed
The cat.
Yeah.
It was fun to find this in the yard, and Joss is working on a design of a bird's
You
nest.
can see that they use some trash.
Yeah, little
It's
bits of trash.
beautiful.
Yeah.
There's like a million pieces.
That's the only time when litter is good, right? When a bird finds the straw holder, the plastic straw thing from your
What is
sippy
happening?
box, and uses it in his bird's nest. So you're working on a new design with a bird's nest in it?
Yep.
Fantastic. We'll look forward to that. So should we say bye to the viewers? Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions about the July kit, still there.
Comment on this video.
Comment anyway. Give us a like. We work hard on our videos and our kits, and
We're doing good with views.
We're doing good with views. It's nice when people tune in. We're grateful, and it makes us feel like it's worth doing what we're doing, sitting out here risking the rain, right?
Yeah. The first video I was in, we were staring at the views, and every like 10 seconds, 1 or 2 views popped in.
So we thought she was the lucky charm because we got so many views with the first video she did an appearance in. And now I know it's not that you're lucky, it's that you're talented, and you bring a lot of talent to these videos.
That the fly over there also, he was flying past it.
The fly still likes it. We will see you next time. Happy July, everybody.
The fly doesn't like me.
Say bye to the viewers.
Bye, viewers.